You're Stacy, right?
Yes.
Oh, you sound like you were delayed. Was that me? Delayed? That's what it sounded like.
It was. It's like 7 seconds delay.
Okay, that'll be fun.
Talk slow.
Very slow.
Good morning, Sunshine. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Very well. Now we're gonna hear everything twice.
Like that was great. Yeah.
Parallel universe.
You know.
I know.
I know.
In our district, we're starting.
It's just 16 until later.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. Is it coming up for you?
Yeah. I think so.
Walking through pictures. It's not back, they don't want to miss the session. Okay. That's good. It's like a 7-second delay. Or more, maybe.
You're not.
It's more than twice. Great timing.
Okay, Carrie.
Oh. What's the secret? What's the secret? What's the secret?
We're streaming to YouTube, and I left the tab up, so it's playing.
Ah.
And YouTube does have something. It's fine. It's just the recording. It's not. It's all good. Gosh, the next session is going to be perfect.
Right. Exactly. to the, can you guys hear the chatter? Let's see. So we're doing Canva, and if you want to join the live, just because the Zoom people will be able to put Zoom questions, but if you want to ask some questions, you can put it in the live. So you go to Canva Live and enter the code if you want. If you want to, you don't have to.
And then there's also a Bitly if you just want the presentation, and not the Canva Live where you can put questions, you can do that as well.
And it's also in the program. Ready for us to start? Okay, we're good. All right, so for the, we've got people that are virtual that are joining us. So for the folks that are virtual, if you want to put questions in the chat in Zoom, you're welcome to do that. Sorry, I'm in the way, so I'm just trying to take a picture of the codes. And the presentation you can access from the schedule, or if you want to go to our Bitly, that's bit.ly/3PQRTD3. So you can access the presentation there, and you're free to take it, modify it, do whatever you want, make a copy. If you want it, you can use it. So virtual people can throw something in the chat, and Stacy is monitoring that for us, and she's going to help us if there's questions. And if you all want to throw anything in this chat, live, we're going to monitor this. We're going to try to monitor this as best as we can, and so we can try to be responsive. You going to drive? Okay. So I'm Christine Lafferty. We are both from Suffolk Public Schools in Suffolk, Virginia, and I'm the data manager there. So I do state reporting, that sort of thing. I'm a former ITRT, and I taught second grade. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, there's my Twitter handle. And with me, I have Miss Sabrina Hayes. So Sabrina is a newer ITRT in our division. She has left the classroom about 2 years ago, and we are super excited to have her as an ITRT. She is extremely creative. The ideas in this presentation are hers and things that she's done in her classroom. She's newly in her classroom. Grab her, tap her brain. She's got great ideas. So there's her Twitter handle as well. All right, so today's topic is about microlearning. So if you came looking for something other than microlearning, you might be in the wrong room, but we are going to talk about microlearning today. And so Sabrina has a number of resources that she's used in PD and also in the classroom. And we're going to share some of the ways that she's created those things, whether it's video or infographics or using gifs. And she was a big gamer in her classroom, so she has some stuff on gamification that she'll be sharing with you as well. All right, so to start, I like to start with a little ritual. So if you will join us on this Padlet, so it's bit.ly, so bit.ly/microlearning-visty. So if you want to join our Padlet, the question to you is, what tip or trick have you learned from social media? So what is something that you've learned from social media? So I'm going to throw that up on the bit.ly, or I mean on the Padlet, your bit.ly. Give us some ideas. Oh, maybe you don't want to share.
It's not working.
It's not working.
I
can't get any
It's work.
Oh,
Oh, it's working? Oh, I clicked on it on the slide.
Are they all capital letters? Does it matter from that way?
I don't think it matters which.
No, it does matter.
It doesn't matter to me.
It does.
Oh, it does,
Oh,
okay.
maybe that's it then. So it should look like this when you get there.
Our virtual folks said the initial Bitly presentation not working, not sure if it's capital letters. Makes sense for everybody. Okay.
So if they go to the presentation, Stacy, they are not the presentation, go to the schedule. It's linked there. They can grab it from there.
It's a capital M and then everything is lowercase and Misty is
Oh,
uppercase.
Okay,
Got
thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
Can you move your mouse? I'm just gonna put that address up there.
Yep.
Zoom.
It's padlet.com/Sabrina Hayes/microlearning. And then once you get to the Padlet, you can just click anywhere and then you can start. I can do it the layout on the screen. And then you can share what social media has taught you. And then I see, we can see some people populating at the top. I think that's a new feature of Canva.
Mhm.
Something that I learned recently before the holidays, before Thanksgiving, I saw a recipe for how to make an apple pie in a cast iron skillet, and so I tried it. It was really good. It was, yeah, really good.
Google updates are great. Shorter cooking, that's what I really do. I'm a DIYer and my husband is not a willing participant. And so I'm always like tearing things apart and I've learned so much from TikTok about tools and how to do things efficiently. And so I'm always sending him videos. Watch this, we need that.
Spatch coffee. We were talking about spatch coffee. It's really interesting. Like before Thanksgiving.
Instruments. Alright, so it's safe to say, we're all learning from social media, we're all learning online. And you're hearing it over and over, and here's a theme of what people are saying, you want quick, you want fast, you want short, and enter microlearning. All right, and so that's, just kind of reiterating how are we learning now, and really, this has changed our world, right? Like everything. We were trying to find a restaurant yesterday, so we're using Google Maps and we're trying to get there. You don't know the answer to a question. So it really has changed the way that we find information. The other thing is that it's just readily available, 24 hours, whenever you want it. So with microlearning, it's focusing on small pieces of learning, and you want to use multimedia content. I recently watched a TikTok video where the gentleman who was, millennial, and he said, "Hey, Gen X, how did you guys learn before the internet?" And so I thought to myself, well, we went to the library and we read books and we read magazines, but we also had microlearning, but it was like the totality of experiences. So like people that you knew would teach you how to do little things. And so you gather this information. So it's not really a new concept. It's just now how we acquire it and how we access it on our phones. So focusing on topics and then also being intentional. So one of the resources that Sabrina has used for her research, and I'm probably gonna murder this name. Please see, maybe is it? And so the book that she used for this research is called Microlearning Short and Sweet. It's available on Amazon. So she recommends that book.
Yeah.
As a source of information.
And they talk a lot about just microlearning in general, not so much related to education sometimes, but even like big companies, business companies using microlearning to teach their employees that they talk about that as well.
Because hopefully gone are the days of long professional development, maybe not, but being able to get short, brief little pieces of information for the information that you need. So what is it? Not big, elaborate, not focused on large topics, not one size fits all. So some kids might want infographics, other kids, maybe it's video, maybe, it's just different ways to approach that concept. And maybe sometimes the concept drives the type of media that you would use for it. And like I said, it's not new. We've been doing it for a while, just the media is new. And it is not a replacement for good instruction. All right, so here's a couple of examples. So Duolingo, TED Talks, Twitter, TikTok. I know because in my role, data manager, I'm frequently having to look for, our team is looking for SQL queries, or we're looking for formulas for spreadsheets. And so when I have to Google search for something, if I see a 30-minute video or a 3-minute video, I'm going to that 3-minute video every single time. I don't have time for 30 minutes. And I don't want that. I want small pieces of information to give me exactly what I want. Kids are the same way. And that's how we're trying to engage and connect with them. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Miss Sabrina Hayes, and she is going to talk about some of these tools that she has used to incorporate.
All right, So how can you incorporate into your microlearning into your curriculum? And you probably already are, and because it's not new, we're not doing new things, it's just what tools can I use maybe to put in your toolbox some more. So we're going to show you some tools, and hopefully that sparks some ideas of how you can use those things in your classroom with your students. So the first way to incorporate microlearning we're going to talk about is incorporating videos. So there are a lot of great videos out there. We're going to show you some tools that you can use to make your own videos too. But when you're looking for microlearning videos, be selective, use it as a tool to really enhance your instruction, and then also ask students to make the videos. And that's kind of what we're going to show you, of what tools that they can use to make videos. And then if you want to make a video too, you can use those tools too to engage your students in this visual aid. So the first one we're going to talk about, or these 3 tools that we're going to talk about, is Canva, Clipchamp, and Flipgrid. And so we're going to show you some examples of how we've made them. If you go back to this slide, there's resources linked for you that take you to that website, and then give you a guide of how to make a quick video with Clipchamp, do it with Canva, and we're going to show you all the resources. So the first one, we made this with Clipchamp. Has anybody heard of Clipchamp? Yep. So I recently discovered this last year. Another fellow ITRT kind of brought it up when we were making tutorial videos. We used Canvas, and so we were making videos last year for our teachers in the district. And so Clipchamp is really the video editor, but it's so super simple. Sometimes video editors can be a little daunting and take a while to kind of learn the tricks to it. But with Clipchamp, it makes it really easy. And then for this video, let me play it without the sound. Like we have a intro slide in there, and then screen share directly from it. And so in this video, it's showing dodging with Canvas and how you can do that. And so all that Paula made this video was she shared her screen within Clipchamp, and then it automatically puts it in the video editor for you. You can clip things, you can add music. It's really super simple. So I definitely recommend Clipchamp if you need a video editing tool. Canva. Yeah, there's so I added some music to this video. So for Canva, I love Canva because of the templates that you have. That's what's so powerful about it. Like this is a template that I took, and then I put the videos in it. So can you play it for a second? I'm just talking about the different types of clouds. And then so you'll see kind of another video pop up. In kind of real time, what kind of cloud is this? And so it's really super simple with Canva as well. Can you exit out and go to the Canva templates? Question? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, Clipchamp is free. It's a freemium, but everything that we did with the video is completely free. Some of the functions of it, like the green screen, is not free. So it's like the added component, but the video editor, adding music, that's all free. Good question. All right, so this is Canva. And so this is what our presentation is in. And so if you want to search for different templates, this is my home screen. So for example, if I want to click educational video, all these templates on the left populate. And then I can just, and this is how I did the clouds. I can just choose one, like it's a good one. And then I can apply it, and then I can go in, and our students can go in and edit everything in the video, and then just add kind of whatever you want them to make a video on. It's really so we're going to talk about Canva a lot today. It's probably a lot of the tools that we're going to share. So that's Canva, and then the next one is with Flipgrid, which isn't super new, but they're adding a lot of new features to it. I'll do the top first. TikTok, I always want to plug TikTok because we use it for our professional development. And then I've seen teachers use it as well with teaching content when I'm looking on TikTok too. So this one is actually geared towards students, teachers, admin, everybody in our district. And it's about Chromebook troubles. Are you having Chromebook troubles? Did you update your Chrome browser? So it's just.
I'm just gonna go on to the next one.
Yeah, so it's not playing.
Hello, I am going to be talking about
You're just
the
like it
discussion
sounded like-
portions of
Yeah.
Canvas.
Okay.
If I was telling a teacher,
So, and she's being very.
if I was telling a
clear
teacher,
in what they do. Let me
how
just
to
tell you.
discussions,
So
I would
you work
recommend that
with
best practices.
You're gonna get roped into doing some kind of crazy TikToks. You've gotten our boss to do stuff.
Yeah.
So what they do is they're balancing a little bit of entertainment with, you know, a little bit of instructional stuff. So it works really well. Yeah, and they've gotten a lot of good feedback from that.
And the part I was skipped to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that was
You wanna go
Flipgrid.
back in?
Yeah, you can go back in.
Okay.
And so Flipgrid isn't super new, but they're always adding new features to it. So I know that they recently did an update. I don't know.
Hello, I am going to be
They
talking
have, like, a
about
green screen in
the
background
discussion
you can
portions
use,
of
that's
Canvas.
completely free for students. And they've added where you can add music. That's what I was thinking. You can add music in the background now, and I don't think you could do that before, but I saw.
First, make sure it is an easy and
The other day when we were in
understandable
the
topic and that the students are
Delayed.
not going to be
classroom.
confused as to what they
There's a video from a teacher that keeps wanting to play. And so she was sharing with other teachers in this Canvas course that we have, what's so great about Canvas discussions. And so it's a great way for everybody to kind of contribute and share their tips and tricks as microlearning.
They required this as an assignment, so encouraging teachers to do what you want them to do with their students.
Flipgrid really infused Canvas, it integrates with Canvas really easily in Canvas assignments. So it's a really quick way for students to do the videos and stay within Canvas, not go outside. All right, now moving on to gifs. So have a fun GIF there. GIF or GIF. Yeah, like, who says GIF, who says GIF? So GIFs are a great way to engage your students. We see them every day. I use them all the time. Your students probably use them all the time too. Just short video that loops. And so we can also use this in our instruction to really motivate students and also grab their attention. And so the tools that we're gonna talk about for making GIFs, our three favorite are Screencastify, Giphy, and
It's used a little bit.
it's a little bit overload. So can you go to the next one? We're gonna show you some examples. You can kind of see them on the right. So this is made with Canva, similar to how the video with all the templates. You can start from a template, and then this one's just talking about the cell structure. So if you need students to demonstrate something, then it's a great way. And Canva has a lot of stock images. So this Adam's image, it's just from Canva. So they don't need to go searching anywhere else to work. So this is a fun way to make a GIF. You would just, when you're downloading it, you would just, there's an option to save it as a GIF. So screen to go to make GIFs. That's a good.
Awesome, I said that.
Yep. I like it. I'll have to check that one out. Giphy is really easy with making GIFs from YouTube videos. So if you don't want to make one from scratch and you want students to pull a GIF from a YouTube video to demonstrate that they learned something, Giphy is really great with that. So for this activity, find an example of a right angle in this video. So this is a soccer video. And so they grabbed this soccer video. I think the video is talking about like the best soccer fails or whatever. And so they had to highlight the angle that they saw and then also label it. So we use Canvas a lot. So like putting these, embedding these in a Canvas page is really engaging way for students to be like, oh, got it, that's a right angle. And I will kind of help them remember that. And then also something relatable like soccer if they like soccer.
And you can see, you can annotate and all kinds of stuff to the video.
Right, and this is another YouTube video about prefixes. Word structure in general, I think talks about sentences as well. So the prefix goes in front of the word, and it's a great way just for a visual way for students to remember that concept.
And then with Giphy, those YouTube videos, I mean, they can be 10 minutes long or whatever, you just bumping out a portion of that you want. Yeah.
There's another one, just because I was having fun with Giphy. How large is great pyramid. There's just so many great videos out there, and using those videos to kind of create the short little micro learning for students. If you don't want them to watch the whole video, you can just grab a little clip and then plug it into whatever you need to.
And I like the idea of kids, if they find a video, demonstrate your learning, show that you know.
Yes, and Giphy does, that's a good point. Giphy also does have a ton of pre-made ones for you. I saw some great math gifs. If you search for math gifs, there's a website, I forget what it's called now, but they have a ton on there. And then also Screencastify. So with Screencastify, a lot of times we just kind of use it just to voice over, but we can also make gifs for it. And it's kind of hidden. All right, so I just kind of did this short little video here, just to show you. So if you want to screen record something and then you go to export video, that option to export as a GIF is there. And so we'll do this a lot for tutorials as well. So the GIF that we show you an example is how to make this your homepage. Super quick, easy steps, and then it'll loop. And so they just keep seeing it and they can follow along with the GIF.
And y'all use that a lot in your Canvas courses, your professional development Canvas courses.
Froze. Okay.
Sure did. There it goes. Okay.
There
we go. Someone's saying Giphy also has a ton of pre-made ones just for just about everything. Yep. And do you know which of these sites are FERPA compliant? Yeah. So that is a concern. I have not looked at these to see if they're FERPA compliant, but I know that's in our division something that we're embracing and starting to make sure that we have documentation of which sites we're sharing student information with and kind of locking that down. So definitely check that before you're using the students, or consider the age of the students as well if you need to.
I believe Canva is definitely, but I don't know about some of the others like Giphy.
And, you know, I've participated in sessions where you use stop motion, where you're creating it in Google Slides. So you don't even have to use the big, find ways to work around that if students are being expected to create something so that they can share their knowledge.
Somebody mentioned IRAD. IRAD's great. I love how IRAD does, if you haven't checked that out, definitely check it out. It does like step-by-steps for you. So you can just like, as you're walking through your screen share, you click and you do whatever you need to do. And then IRAD saves that. And then it'll make it into like a screen share, but it's like interactive. They have
Like a guided walkthrough.
Yeah. That's really great. So we're gonna skip this part with making a GIF, but
It's the 12 simple steps.
it's super easy. If you have not made a GIF with Giphy, it's really super easy for you to do. So if you don't have some time today, maybe pull from the video and kind of make a GIF. All right, so infographics, it's not new, but it's a fun visual aid, way to organize information. It's a fun way for students to also demonstrate what they are learning as well.
I told Sabrina, I'm Gen X. This is the USA Today learning here, so that you can just open up the newspaper and you can see that information in graphic format.
So our two tools we're gonna talk about are Canva and Genially. Has anybody heard of Genially? No? Yeah, good. Okay, it's kind of catching on, kind of new. So it's really neat. I know that Christine's kind of looking at a lot of it. It's really fun. So this infographic was created with Genially. And it's a timeline of the music sharing. And so you want to make it bigger? Sure. It's similar to ThingLink, if you've ever heard of ThingLink.
But not nearly as pricey.
Yes. And so you can add different like hotspots to it as well, like add info. And then it is a freemium. So what you see here is free, and we'll show you the templates as well. There's a lot of them that are free, but then there are some things that you have to pay for. But it's a really great tool to use to create infographics.
It's freezing.
Is it freezing?
Yes. I should not have gone down.
And then the next example kind of shows a drag and drop activity that you could do with a timeline with Genially as well. And you can add a key.
Yeah, sure what I'm gonna get.
So much content, doesn't like it. And then can you go to the Genially website? Sorry.
Sorry. It's like you're asking me to do too many things too fast. Okay, the G. This one where you want it?
And so they have more than just infographics and things that you can make. You can also, we're talking about gamification a little bit. You can also create games and different training materials too. But if you go to infographics, where you see the star, those are not free, but everything else is free. And so you can take those and just like the Canva templates we showed you, kind of adapt them and use them as you want. And they're constantly adding things. Every time I go to Genially, it's like, oh, that's new. Oh, that's new. I haven't seen that before. So definitely check out Genially if you have not already.
Check out the game boards too.
They have like Battleship and Shoots and Ladders and and you can completely customize it to fit your content.
We're asking too much of it right now. And so this one is, it's a drag and drop, and it's got a self-checking key for it. And this is teacher work. We don't advocate a lot of teacher work. We advocate student work. So finding a way for students to be able to produce these things is what we want to encourage.
And then this is an infographic we made with Canva. And so again, they have a lot of templates. I'm not going to go to it because computers. But again, they have a lot of templates for infographics, just like with Genially. Lots and lots of templates that you can use and adapt. For this one, we used it in a PD. Like, what is that Canvas help symbol? What does that get you? And then it kind of shows them all these things you can do with that. Right. And then my favorite part is gamification. So I love incorporating game into instruction. It's really great for team building, and they love the competition. I taught middle school. Competition was everything. They loved it. And so we're just going to show you 3 of our favorite tools for incorporating gamification. There are a ton out there, so if you want to share some that you like that maybe we haven't mentioned, go ahead and put that in the Canva Live or in the chat. We would love to hear from you because, again, there's so many out there. So the 3 we're going to talk about is Blooket, Gimkit, and Flipgrid. And so Blooket, has anybody heard of Blooket? It's kind of the new one from last year, yep. And so I love Blooket because of all the different game modes that you can have. And then I'm going to actually exit so I can show. So this is Blooket if you haven't heard of it before. It's a freemium, but you get a lot for what's free. You can still have the different game modes. I like the one that's like racing horses. That kind of goes by, and they're kind of racing. I think there's a picture of it. Yeah. And so again, it's just like similar to you create your own questions. You can search for questions that are already made, and add them to your library. And then it also shows you again that results. What are the results when you're done? And you can look at that data. It is fun. Back to presentation. And then I wanted to show this real quick. And so like it's all in this Discover tab, all of the ones that are already kind of created that you can adapt for your own. This is they have highlighting the Christmas one right now. And then Gimkit is my favorite. Have you heard of Gimkit? Yes, that's my favorite. It's one I use all the time. And great news is that he recently made it. It's a freemium, but he made most of it, like a lot of it, free. So it was before that you could only have like 5 kids join, and then that was it. That was all that was free. Now, only certain game modes are free. And I always kind of plug Gimkit because I love the story behind it. As a kid, 11th grade, he was asked to make like a game, and he made this. He made Gimkit, and now he's out of high school, and this is his job. He runs Gimkit. So it's a really great story for the kids too. You know, like, look, you can create something and then use that later. And like Josh. So if you haven't checked out Gimkit, it is now recently in the last few weeks opened up more, so a lot of teachers can use it. You can use like the basic game type, just kind of like look at with the different game types. And you can use the game types that are like highlighted. So for example, right now, that Among Us game is still pretty popular. And so he has a game mode that's like Among Us. And so like the kids like answer questions, they have to get enough money to call what do they call it? Like a session. What is it? I don't know what it's called. And then it's just figure out who's the imposter. And so it's just a fun way for them. And he also has like a Thanos mode. He's kind of with the trends that kids love. So because he's a kid, he's out of high school himself. So I always love Gimkit, and we'll play Gimkit if we have time a little later. And then the next one, and I think my tab closed. We go to flippity.net. Has anybody heard of Flippity? Turn around, yeah. It's been there for a while. One of the other ITRTs kind of talked about it and kind of put it back on my radar. But Flippity is completely free. And you can customize, or students can customize the content in it. So they have a lot of bingo boards. They have like a board game that you can do with it. Yeah, like there's so many things that you can do, and it's all made from a spreadsheet that you customize. So definitely check out flippity.net. We have not yet figured out telling about that one. And then let's play a Gimkit. Has anybody played Gimkit? A few of you said you liked it. So let's play Gimkit. There's like 10 questions on my Gimkit. That's kind of fun. So if you can go to gimkit.com/join.
One of our online folks said they just released a new game.
Dystopia.
Ooh.
Try to get it.
Ooh. I have not seen
Fishtopia. I
that.
thought you said dystopia.
Enter a new
Fish
dimension. Okay. Do you want to play that one? So this is what's featured. So Fishtopia is the new one. I have not played that one. Trust No One is the game that's like Among Us. And then there's Teams and Classic, which are still a lot of fun too. And there's like power-ups that you can use to sabotage each other. So let's just do Classic for now. And let's just do it for like 3 minutes. Oh, please. Start with some
I
cash.
should get on this.
Ooh, $100.
And yep, my students love the clapping at the end. You'll see, if you haven't seen what that looks like, you'll see. And if you can go ahead and join with that code 126009. I only put it on there for 3 minutes. And it's about microlearning. Oh yes, it's fun. I'm really excited that he made it more open to everybody. So I like to plug it, and it's hard to plug it when it's not free.
Sorry, again.
Yep, let's go ahead and start.
Ooh, $100.
So if you go to, it takes students a while to go to the store, they kind of put catching on, like, it's like take strategy to win. Like some of the kids, like they're strategizing, like what are they gonna do for the multiplier and that's the question, kind of when other. But you can also turn that off. There's a part where you can buy like a sound play too with your money.
Mandy, go. Lucas is on the tail.
Like this is like the winter music. And we have different music for the different like the seasons. He's really creative. And so yeah. And then it kind of blocks them. There's another one that like. There's always an update. 30 seconds. Oh, Tim's wedding. Amanda, back and forth. Somebody dies. Somebody else.
That is not fair. 6 seconds. Come on, Amanda, you can do it.
So do you see the clapper?
Even though we got ice, we're bad.
The kids really love the clapping. I mean, sometimes they turn it off. They just love the clapping. So that was Gim Kit. Yeah, this is just if you want to check out that book, that's the information about it. And then, do you have any questions?
Can you tell me the, you were talking about the gift maker, something?
IORAD.
How do you spell that?
Yeah, it's IORAD.
Okay, thanks.
And it's a extension as well. It works with both. So you'll have, it's like Screencastify, you have the extension. IRAD's the same, you'll have the extension, but you can also go to the website.
It's pretty cool. It captures your clicks and then you can kind of annotate what you did and send it to somebody as a walkthrough. IORAD.
And then this is how you can kind of see the microlearning that we're putting out for teachers in our district. So we have a Twitter, a TikTok, and a YouTube video. So feel free to follow us to check out some of the things that we're doing. Very fun.
Harvest steal, we like sharing,
Yes.
so please.
Yeah.
And send us a message so we can follow you back.
Yep.
We like learning from other people too.
But great to get if you want, we can walk you through.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.